On my 62nd birthday, my son abandoned me, but the lottery gave me a second chance at life. On my 62nd birthday, I thought I'd have a quiet lunch with my son. I put on my favorite green sweater and polished my old shoes. I waited, hopeful, in my small house in Columbus, Ohio. My son, Jamal, hadn't called much lately. He said work was tough, and his marriage was rocky. But I was sure he'd show up today. I made his favorite cornbread, set the table for two. By noon, I was still alone. My heart dipped, but I pushed the worry away. I checked my phone, scrolled through old messages. At 2 p.m., the doorbell rang. Jamal stood there, flashing a smile that didn't reach his eyes. "Happy birthday, Ma," he said, handing me a cheap bouquet. I hugged him, ignoring the unease in my chest. "Let's go somewhere special," he said. I grabbed my coat, slipped on shoes that hurt my feet. I felt light, like a kid on a big day. But we didn't head to a restaurant. He drove down a road lined with bare trees, their branches like skeletons. I saw the sign, Sunset Grove Senior Home. "Jamal, what's this?" I asked, my voice sharp. He sighed. "Ma, we gotta talk. It's not safe for you alone." "Safe?" I snapped. "I'm fine." He kept talking, words like memory slips and care. I laughed, but it felt like choking. "You're joking. On my birthday?" He got out, opened the trunk. My suitcase was there, packed. "You went through my stuff?" I whispered. "Don't make this hard," he said. Inside, the place smelled like bleach and stale air. A nurse smiled too brightly, showed me a room. Beige walls, a stiff bed, a window facing a fence. My birthday gift. I sat, still in my coat, the bouquet wilting on the table. That night, I didn't sleep. The bed creaked, the halls hummed with distant voices. I thought of every moment with Jamal. Every late-night talk, every loan I gave him. Every time I forgave him. Something broke in me, something deep. The next day, I asked for my phone. The nurse said Jamal had canceled it. "He said it confused you," she told me. Confused. I wasn't here to be helped. I was here to be forgotten. I stopped eating, not out of protest, but because I couldn't swallow the truth. Being useless cuts deeper than any knife. I'd raised a son, built a life, loved hard. Now I was just a name on a chart. The nurses were nice, but their smiles felt like pity. They called me dear, like I was a child. No one asked who I was before. No one cared what I loved. My roommate, Clara, slept all day, mumbled about old friends. I listened, because I knew what it was to be left behind. I tried to stay sharp. I read newspapers, did puzzles, watched the news. But something in me was fading. Then, on day 5, I met Lena. She was a young aide, with tight braids and warm eyes. She checked my pulse and said, "You don't fit here." I stared, unsure if I'd heard right. "You're not lost," she said, "not like the others." I blinked back tears. We talked, and I told her about Jamal. She listened, really listened. Later, she came back, holding something small. "This was Mr. Carter's," she whispered. "A lottery ticket, old and creased, found in a book." I laughed, dry. "You think I'm lucky?" She grinned. "Maybe the world owes you." I didn't take it seriously. But that night, I was restless. I snuck to the lounge, used the old computer, typed in the numbers. My breath stopped. $10 million. I checked again, heart racing. I printed the confirmation, hid it in my pocket. Fear hit me, not joy. If Jamal knew, he'd come for it. I pulled Lena aside the next day. I need a lawyer. Someone private. She nodded. No questions. She knew a guy, Marcus, who helped seniors with legal stuff. He came that Friday, young but serious. I showed him the ticket. Can you help me vanish? I asked. He didn't blink. We moved fast. It was a whirlwind. Papers, signatures, a new phone, a secret trust. My name was erased from the money. Jamal would never touch it. I wrote a new will, leaving it all to charity. Lena hugged me the night I left. Don't forget me, she said. I slipped out at dawn, in borrowed clothes, a small bag in hand. They thought I was weak, done. But I was a shadow with millions. The bus ride was long, the air cold. I sat in the back, hood up, clutching my bag. I didn't know where I'd end up. Just far from Jamal, far from Ohio. Marcus helped me buy a small house in rural Virginia. No neighbors, no cameras, just quiet. When I crossed the state line, I breathed. Freedom tasted sharp, like iron. The house was simple, a little worn. Peeling paint, a creaky porch. But it had heat, water, and silence. Not the kind that traps you. The kind that lets you live. I cooked small meals, walked to the mailbox. Sat outside, watching the stars. I checked the news, scared my name would pop up. Missing woman wins millions. But there was nothing. One day, I made a fake email, looked up Jamal. His social media was full of lies. Has anyone seen my mom, Esther Jones? Please, we're worried, she's not well. Comments poured in, praising him. What a good son. I laughed until tears fell. He posted an old photo. My 60th birthday. Me smiling, him beside me, arm around my shoulder. We looked happy. Love is easy to fake in pictures. That night, I couldn't sleep. I thought of every dollar I gave him. Every time he said, "You're forgetting things, Ma." I believed I was slipping. I blamed myself. But it was him, making me doubt. He wanted me quiet, controlled. No more. I called Marcus. Update my will, I said. Jamal gets nothing, not a cent. You're safe now, Esther, he said. But I wasn't. Not yet. A letter came, plain, no sender. Inside, a copied document. My signature, or close to it. A loan, $50, in my name and my late husband's. I never signed it. My hands shook. I pulled out old files Marcus had saved. Found more papers, all forged. Jamal had been stealing for years. It explained the missing money, the fights with my husband, Daniel. The new cars Jamal drove while we struggled. I blamed bad luck. It was him. For days, I dug deeper. Emails, bank records, old notices. Jamal had used our old cleaning business, still listed, to get loans. He forged Daniel's name, years after he died. Fraud, plain and simple. I saved it all, printed copies, hid them in a locked box. If Jamal knew I was gone, he'd hunt me. And with $10 million, he'd try harder. I loved him once, blindly. But now, I saw the stranger he'd become. The boy I raised was gone. A new letter arrived, in Jamal's sharp handwriting. I know what you did. This isn't over. I laughed, cold. His arrogance was so predictable. He was on TV now, crying for his lost mom. Playing the worried son. People ate it up. Then he went further. A court letter came, official. Jamal wanted me declared unfit. He had statements, lies from his friends. Old voicemails, edited to make me sound confused. A doctor I never met called me paranoid. They wanted my money, my freedom. I called Marcus, shaking. "We fight this," he said. We gathered proof, my calls, my receipts, my clear mind. A doctor, Dr. Harris, met me. She listened for hours, asked about my life. "Jamal, you're sharp as a tack," she said. It was air after drowning. The news turned messy. People questioned Jamal's story. Why hadn't I called? Was I crazy? I stayed quiet, but I recorded a video. Just in case. "I'm Esther Jones," I said. "I'm not lost, I was betrayed. I didn't send it. Not yet." The courthouse was old, smelled of wax and dust. I wore a gray coat, my husband's watch. Jamal was there, acting sad. His lawyer spoke first, smooth, confident. "Esther's erratic, a risk to herself." They played my voicemails, twisted. I sounded broken. Jamal stood, voice soft. "I love my mom, she's not herself." I stood. "Your Honor," I said, steady. "I'm Esther Jones, I'm not sick, I'm not lost." I handed over Dr. Harris' report. Signed, clear, no mental issues. I gave logs, receipts, proof I was fine. I was put in a home against my will, I said. My son took my phone, my rights. The judge listened, eyes narrow. Jamal's face tightened. "I need to review this," the judge said. 2 weeks. Jamal left, fists clenched. I walked out, head up. The fight wasn't done. But I was winning. Jamal didn't wait. He went to the news, crying. "My mom's being used," he said. I watched, anger burning. I gave Marcus a folder. Every lie Jamal told. Forged loans, fake tax returns. "Send it to the DOJ," I said. Anonymous. He nodded. That night, I sent $4 million to a group fighting elder abuse. No name, just money. They used my story, not my name. People talked online. Something's wrong with the son. Her side's missing. A reporter, Sarah, reached out. She wanted my truth, no names. I met her at a diner, told her everything. The home, the betrayal. Not the lottery. Her story ran. Mother silenced? People wondered. Was I the donor? Was Jamal after money? 2 days before court, Marcus called. The DOJ's on it. Jamal's under investigation. He didn't know yet. But his lies were crumbling. The second hearing was tense. Jamal looked smaller, nervous. Marcus spoke first. "We have proof Esther's sound," he said. "And Jamal's under federal investigation." He showed the case file. Jamal's lawyer shouted, "Irrelevant." The judge silenced him. Dr. Harris testified. "Esther's clear, deliberate," she said. Marcus showed a timeline. Jamal's moves matched his business's debts. I stood, looked at Jamal. "I'm the mom who gave you everything," I said. "You left me like trash." The judge spoke. Case dismissed. Esther Jones is competent. My accounts, my life, were mine. Jamal's eyes were wide, scared. I left, steady, free. That night, Marcus called. DOJ's moving, Jamal's named. I sat in the dark, quiet. It wasn't joy. It was done. The news hit hard. Jamal Jones, fraud charges. My name stayed out, but people knew. I turned off the TV, cooked eggs. Watched the trees sway. Sarah called. I want to talk. On camera, I said. Friday. I sat in a studio. No makeup, just me. Why now? Sarah asked. It's not just me, I said. It's every parent thrown away. I told it all. The home, the ticket, the lies. Sarah's eyes teared. I didn't. The interview aired. Millions saw it. Messages came, stories like mine. I wasn't alone. Jamal's life fell apart. No clients, no friends, no wife. I didn't cheer. I worked. I planned a foundation, the Esther Fund. Legal help, real support for elders. My name would mean strength. The pain stayed, soft, quiet. I loved Jamal once. That love blinded me. Now, I saw clear. Jamal was arrested, no drama. Fraud, theft, tax evasion. He got bail, but he was done. His wife left. He was alone. I felt empty, not glad. Betrayal doesn't heal clean. It scars. In town, people knew me. They smiled, thanked me. A girl said, "You helped my dad." A note in my mail, "My grandma says thanks." It warmed me, slow, like dawn. Marcus said Jamal took a deal. 8 years, he said. He still denies it. I shook my head. He sent a photo, old, as laughing. I'm sorry, he wrote. I burned it. Not anger. Peace. I went back to Sunset Grove. Lena ran out, hugged me. The place was brighter, new books, better food. You did this, Lena said. I shook my head. I just spoke. I saw Claire's old room, now a library. Residents smiled, saw me. I spoke to them. You're not done, I said. You're not invisible. They clapped, some cried. I felt full. Back home, I set up the Esther Fund. Lawyers, hotlines, real change. Jamal sent another letter. I didn't open it. I wrote to Lena, Marcus, Dr. Harris. Thanked them for standing with me. On a snowy night, I wrote to myself. Dear Esther, I said. You weren't weak, you loved hard. You wrote your own end. I'm proud of you. I put it in a box, set it by the fire. I didn't need fame or revenge. I had truth. I was free.